All right. Here we are. Oh, I should probably put this microphone in front of my face. That's probably the way to do it. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Wired in Wednesday on the fucking Twitch. Today we have a special guest. This is my friend and my agent, JJ. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm great. Everybody out there in the digital world, how y'all doing?
And this is your first time. This is your first appearance on the Twitch, huh?
This is my first time on the Twitch. Of course, I'm very familiar with it with all my gamer friends, but this is the first time I've ever had a interview or podcast or any sort of interaction with the site.
Yeah, it's like we were talking about earlier. It's you know, it's primarily gaming, but I also think it's a great way to kind of almost do these like video podcasty things or informational shit. Like it's gotten to the point where it's like, hey, if I'm making beats, I should just turn on Twitch, or if I'm, you know, fucking doing something around the house, I should like turn on Twitch and be like, you want to see me unclog a toilet? Here we fucking go. Like it's
Well,
it's wild.
yeah, I mean, you know, I grew up as a pretty big gamer, you know, but of course they didn't have anything like this back then. So it's cool to see how gaming and in the community being able to talk and reach out to each other. Because back then you pretty much had to find each other on the game, or you know, it was nearly impossible. But no, that's crazy now.
Yeah. And what, you're a Call of Duty dude, huh?
I love the new Call of Duty. I think is awesome. I haven't given Cold War a chance yet. I'm still stuck on another game before that, and yeah, I'm a big Call of Duty fan. But growing up, of course, Counter Strike.
Oh yeah,
1.6.
Day of Defeat. I'm getting here.
Big Day of Defeat fan. Big Day of Defeat, Age of Empires. StarCraft, original Warcraft, of course.
Dude, you're a straight up fucking nerd, my guy. That's so tight.
And then my buddy Matt Bauer, I think he's in the chat. Him and I got pretty big on Left 4 Dead. That was a big game for us.
Yeah, the game was tight.
Now the new game is coming out soon. Not Left 4 Dead, but I think it's a new. I guess the production company that makes Left 4 Dead left. The production company that creates it, I guess Valve, I think. Yeah, and then they're now launching a new game. It's kind of the next Left 4 Dead. I think it's called Bleed for More or something. I forget the name of it, but it looks amazing. What's it called? Wait to Bleed or something? I don't know, but it's another zombie game like Left 4 Dead. So
it sounds like a fucking metal band name.
Yeah,
both of those games sound like a fucking metal band name. Waiting to Bleed.
Did you play Left 4 Dead?
A little bit. I never. What, it was a PlayStation, right?
No, it was PC. We played for. I mean, maybe PlayStation, but PC for sure.
Yeah, and I like at the homie's house played it, but
yeah.
Especially when those games were out, I wasn't really playing games. Like I think as soon as the OG PlayStation came out, and what was the game, Tenchu? You remember that game at all?
Yeah. Okay.
I loved that game. I stopped after that, and the full Metal Gear Solid. That was
huge.
That's when I tapped out on gaming, and then I came back, and it's all these like first person shooters, and I was like, man, I just could not fucking keep up. My homie Sarah, who is either here now or will be joining us shortly, she was the one who called me back into the gaming world. She's the whole reason why I'm on Twitch. She's the reason why we're giving out a pair of Astro A10 headsets today. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and then hit !raffle to enter your nice plump round ass to win a pair of headphones. But she was like, hey, I want to get the people in Rhymesayers like into gaming. I want to start doing like a Twitch channel and shit like that. And nobody would do it except for me. So yeah, I kind of got put in that seat, and I started going to all these like conventions and shit with her. And the game that I would say that fully brought me back to gaming was Borderlands 2.
Got it. Yeah.
God.
I didn't play that. I didn't play that game, but it was definitely a big game for sure.
Ooh, I fucking love that game. It's so good.
Yeah, I mean, And also another big game that kind of pulled me back into it a little was Far Cry.
Yeah, I
I
love
started
those
playing
too.
Far Cry, and those were pretty big games for me. I mean, of course, as I got older, of course, I wasn't playing as much, but being home in quarantine, I started playing the old Aladdin, Lion King, because
Yeah.
PlayStation put it out on. You can buy it now. The first gen stuff. So yeah, man, video games. I'll be honest. My senior year of high school, it was very shady of how I graduated because I got so lumped in with video games and my buddy Matt Bauer in the chat, he built me my own custom computer, my own PC game, half silver, half see through with lights and the
Tricked
fucking
out.
this it was tricked out. Yeah, and I was bringing it around to friends' house and doing LAN parties, eating nachos and fucking pizza and drinking soda and playing Counter Strike for 17 hours.
Colin's having flashbacks right now. I know Colin's watching and just being like, oh.
Yeah, dude, it was good times. Good times, man.
Damn, man, you learned something. Like if somebody they would put like you and a couple other people in a room, it'd be like, pick the dude that used to have LAN parties in high school and bring his PC. You're the last motherfucker I would have pointed at. Like most likely I would have been like, not JJ. I'm not pointing at JJ.
The bald tattooed guy,
Yeah. Be like, I don't know what he was doing, but I don't think he was doing that.
Dude, that's when I had hair, so I was a different guy, man. It was different.
Dude, my old manager, he got super into, when we were in high school, he got super into EverQuest.
Oh yeah.
And it took over his life. And there's a really funny story involving that, but I'm not gonna put him on blast on the internet. But that whole community of people and they were like flying around to like meet each other off of like a video game. This is before we had social media and shit like that. So you'd be a part of like these guilds and stuff, and those were like your homies. And still, like when we first started touring, he'd be like, hey, some of my guild members are going to be coming out to your show today. And I'm like, what do they look like? He's like, I don't know. I don't know what these motherfuckers look like.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, a couple of my buddies who play like Lord of the Rings still and that game, they still talk to these these dudes for years that they've been playing games with. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, you know, it's ain't nothing weirder. I mean, it's just as weird as like, being like, well, I know them off of Instagram, or oh, that's my Twitter friend. It's the same fucking shit. At least you guys are doing something together when you're playing video games. So
that's true. At least you're putting a plan together and like attacking or raiding or whatever you're doing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, now we know you're a fucking big ol' nerd. That's fucking tight. But like, so you think about that. Like you think about, where you were in, like, let's say high school, where we're supposed to be figuring out who the fuck we're supposed to be, what we're gonna do. You're in Florida, carting around your fucking PC, having LAN parties, and then, fast forward a couple years later, and you're helping people book tour. Like, where does your foot get into the door of not just the live show business, but the music business? Because at some point, like, you're not just in the live show business, man. You are in the music business, because you're dealing with live shows, merchandise, streaming, and beyond that, you guys also represent actors, comedians, porn stars.
No porn stars yet, but yeah, I think what you're saying is, how do you go from like maybe the music to the entertainment industry?
Yeah,
It's such a big conglomerate, because music's a part of it, not just the whole thing of it. So yeah, I mean, to be honest, I was gaming. I was going to high school. I barely passed high school. I was, trying to find my way to figure out what I wanted to do. I know I wanted to kind of be in TV and film somehow. So I got an internship at the Palm Beach County Film Commission, which is actually pretty awesome. Understanding that you need permits to shoot proper movies in certain, in counties. You can't just roll up with a fucking film crew and start filming movies. I didn't know back then. I was 17 years old. I didn't know how it worked.
Yeah.
So that stemmed from then your friends are in local bands, and then you go to a concert, you go to a local show, at our local. I'm from West Palm Beach, originally from Fort Lauderdale, but moved to West Palm Beach, Lake Worth, Wellington area in seventh grade, and would go to shows at Ray's Downtown Blues Bar and Spanky's. Those were the two rooms. I'm not sure if you ever played those
I
rooms.
think I
Did you ever
played
play those rooms?
Spanky's.
It
Sounds
they had
super
indoor
familiar.
stage and an outdoor stage. It had two different stages. It was on Clematis Street in downtown West Palm. That's the street everything's on.
What's the? Oh, I definitely have played Spanky's a long time ago. Some kid brought me out when I was living in New York to come and play Spanky's. But what's the place in St. John? Is it Janice Live?
That's in the Tampa area. That's like Ybor City
Okay.
or on the other coast. Yeah, Janice Live is like legendary out in the Tampa area. I'm
Yeah,
on the
cool,
other
dude.
side, of course.
Okay,
So on
yeah.
the West Palm Beach side. Yeah. But yeah, it just kind of I went to my first show, and I was just a music fan. I was a music fan, but I was more just going for my friends to support them and go to their local show.
Yeah.
And I just noticed that like the bands on the flyer weren't really. It was like the times were all messed up. Things were running late. It was kind of a shit show. The show that I went to, I wasn't like the promoter. I was just going, and then I noticed like, hey, like there was like 50 people, 60 people there. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like people showed up to like gather for this event, but the event's kind of piss poor, to be honest. So I just decided, why not? Can I try to do my own? Maybe I can probably put on my own show. Why not? Why can't I? And that's
Yeah.
kind of how it all kind of spiraled.
Crazy. So then you started promoting.
Yeah, I was a promoter first for like 6 years, and I was doing a lot of the underground, hardcore, metal, pop punk, not much hip hop or just mainly punk, metal, and rock stuff. And then that spiraled into then tour managing on the road for a couple years, with a band called The Day to Remember,
Yeah,
and a
huge
couple other
band.
bands. Yeah, at the time they were a local band from Ocala. Then we toured and they became this monstrous band. So I kind of came up with those guys and some other bands as well locally in the area. Upper Class Trash, and they're a pretty big locally band from South Florida. And I was touring on and off for 2 or 3 years probably, and then while on the road, you're meeting bands, you're meeting artists, you're in Iowa or fucking Des Moines or Fargo, where the fuck you're at.
Yeah.
And these other bands are opening up for you. For the band that I'll take a drink. Hold on, cheers. I got the Michelob Ultra Skinny over here, baby.
I'm cracking a whole new
All
one
right.
for this. Cheers to you, man. I love the freeze frame that it's got right now.
The freeze frame. You look crazy right now.
It froze. It froze, and it was just you holding your beer like this.
Oh,
It was perfect.
it froze. You were like this.
The different worlds.
But yeah, the artists were, we were meeting these artists on the road. They're opening up for Day to Remember and some of these bands I was on tour with, and they were pretty dope, these bands. And they were like, hey, who's your booking guy? Because no one used the term agent, at least during that time in my career or my life, whereas we didn't know what the word agent was. It was kind of like you're a booker. And I started booking these other bands that needed help because they were like, yo, like, because if you were from Florida, Ocala, and you were kind of a local small band on a small indie label, to get a show in Iowa, like they were like, how'd you get here? Like, how the fuck did you actually get up here? And they were like, that guy over there booked the shows to get here and get back home. So they would come to me and say, yo, dude, like, can you book us? I'm like, yeah, your band's awesome. Like, I'll try. Next thing you know, I started my own company called The Vital Agency. That was like the first name I ever came up with for like a agency name, was The Vital Agency. And then I had like Sleeper, and I was pretty big into the metalcore, Christian metalcore scene. Had a bunch of bands in that world. That MySpace, deathcore, metalcore era. That was like the prime for my start as an agent.
And were you using MySpace to make any of those connections? Because I remember that era, and I remember when that I remember when MySpace became a tool, because that's kind of how I started. Like I just, we had a local night because the local promoter here wouldn't book us, and they're like, oh, you got to pay certain dues or whatever, and we're like, fuck that, we'll just start booking a different night and undercutting you on everything. And we did, and we're cool now, but like, so we had our own night, and then we used that night as almost like a bargaining chip. So we would hit people up on Instagram and be like, yo, you're in LA. Looks like you're doing shit in LA. We got a night, and it was a Friday night in the college area here. And we were putting 400 people in a room. Like, it was just like a built-in crowd that we had.
Well, you were trading. Do you trade shows?
We were trading shows.
That's how it was back then. And to answer your question, I was using MySpace a lot. Like, if that was like kind of like right before I had email, to be honest, dude. I didn't have an email address back then.
Yeah, we never used it.
I had my MySpace. I was, just messaging promoters, had their own promotion like company on their MySpace. I would just message them, hey, my name's JJ Casserie from the Vital Agency. I'm booking a band called The Day to Remember or whatever the fuck it was. And I'm like, I'm also a promoter in Florida. So I would try to use that to be like, hey, you book a show with my guys, in Cleveland. Then if there's a band that your champion or your boys with that are on tour, I can get them a show in West Palm.
Yeah.
And that was a big part of the trading system. And then I would go on the tour because I wanted to meet these promoters, because I was like, at that point I was wanting to do it full time. I went to one semester of college, and I was like, I want to go out there and meet these promoters these people I'm talking to. So then I went on tour with them.
Yeah.
I met these promoters and these venue owners, and I'm almost 15 years later, some of these promoters I still talk to them and do business with.
Yeah. Me too, actually. Shout outs to Mr. Guy 222 with the subscription. If you go ahead and hit raffle, you might fuck around and win some headphones, dog. There's only 24 people in here. You can fuck around and win some headphones right now. But yo, that's so interesting to hear. It's not something I really think about often, but like some of the contacts that I made when I was doing that on MySpace, I still have and have developed, like Will and Lance from Salt Lake City. I don't know if you know them, but they're they're the dudes. That was a MySpace link up. Dude, I fucking played the Bunny Ranch twice in Nevada because the dude that was like heading up the booking for Dennis Huff, because he owned a club across the street. At the time, it was called NV50, and then they changed it to Dick's Roadhouse. But he fucking found me on MySpace, and to this day, I still, like, anytime I'm in Reno, I kick it with my dude Guilty One. But like, he was flying us out. We stayed at the Bunny Ranch. We got our own private room at a whorehouse. Reno, and it was like you'd get there and there's like pictures of Too Short and shit on the wall, and you're like, why the fuck are we here? And it's like 2005 or some shit like that, and it just didn't make any sense. But it was like, dude, the world hadn't seen that yet. Like the power of being able to connect with people. The farthest we ever booked off of MySpace was from Seattle. I mean, we did all the Southwest shit. But we got as far as like Eastern Ohio. And I remember getting there and just being like, I can't believe that we've almost crossed the whole entire United States just by, and the real thing is no one ever took us up on trading the show. We were always like, if you ever find yourself in Seattle, like you come and play, like we'll top bill you, like you won't headline because no one will be there, but we'll put you on right before whoever is headlining. Like we'll give you the best spot of the night. No, like maybe 2 people took us up on it, and we were booking tours that were like 2 months long, and we would do that for years.
Yeah, I mean, for us, like it was hard to get to California, and that was the one territory I was like, dude, I can't get shows in California. Like it was really tough. So when I finally was able to, I went on the tour, and I went to Chain Reaction, and I went to some of these venues in Lancaster and Bakersfield. I went all up and down
fucking
there. Jerry's Pizza.
Fucking Jerry's Pizza with the little crazy dirty dungeon.
Yeah.
God. Man, I almost had to kill somebody down there one time. 2 times.
Remember going to the Black Sheep in Colorado Springs?
I got robbed there. Wait, no, not at the Black Sheep, but in Colorado Springs, at a different place. we were supposed to play Black Sheep, and they moved us to a different venue. And the promoter's like, "Where are you guys staying tonight?" And we're like, not thinking about it. We're like, "Oh, we're at the hotel over on blah blah blah." Wake up in the morning, everything gone, all the merch, fucking everything, man.
Damn. Well,
Fucking
yeah,
Colorado
MySpace
Springs.
was a pivotal. MySpace was definitely a pivotal time in like my career and networking. It really was. But the main one was eventually
Oh,
these tours or these going to these self to people and creating that relationship. So
and then what? Then you got your own agency. You're booking bands, quite a large
yeah,
band. I toured with a
I'm looking like
Day to
under the
Remember,
Vital Agency.
but it was Warped Tour, so it doesn't
you
really
did?
count. It doesn't really count. It was Warped Tour, but I was on Warped Tour the year that they headlined in 2011. Yeah, I remember I was like kicking it one night, and it was like me and a bunch of like other like merch people, and I was super drunk because those barbecues at the end of Warped Tour will get you fucking slapped.
Oh yeah.
And I was like chilling, like it's just a sea of buses, so we're chilling, and I'm sitting up against this bus, and I'm pretty drunk, and some dude comes out the bus, and there's like, "Oh shit, what's up, man? Greaves? Big fan, man. Well, like the rhyme sayer shit, like, yeah, that's what's up." And I was like, "Fuck you, don't patronize me." And it was totally the lead. It was totally the lead singer of A Day to Remember, and it was their bus.
Jeremy, does he have the beard? Does he have the beard?
And the girl was like, "Do you know you just said fuck you to the headliner of Warped Tour?" And I was like, I mean, I didn't mean it. It was like a, "Hey, fuck you." It wasn't like a.
That's funny. But yeah, so I went back to Florida with my own little agency, and then eventually moved to New York, joined a bigger firm, and then eventually joined the LA and started the agency group.
Yeah.
And kind of made my way through a couple of those firms, and then 3 years ago we launched, myself, Dan Rosenblum, and Matt Pike. Those are our other two partners. We launched 33 and West, the talent agency. It's a full service. First it started with music, TV, film, comedy, digital, lifestyle, podcast. I mean, actors, actresses, producers, directors. It's a full service talent agency now.
And that's great. I mean, you started out with your own company, but it was like, it was like, fuck it, I'm booking these tours, I'm getting this popping. And then it becomes a real thing.
Yeah.
You go to New York, a lot of people would call that the end game. Like, shit, I'm moving to, I'm going to work for the agency group in LA. And what, 2011, 2007, 2011, like that fucking agency group was like, everybody was on the agency group. It was like, who are you and who's your agent on the agency group? And so that's wild. And now you come full
100%.
circle to owning your own company again, but beyond just owning the company, or beyond it just being music tour booking, but now you're representing actors, comedians, full service talent agency. Do you think when you made that switch, was it, and not the switch to owning your own company or whatever, being partnered in a company, but like, was it hard to turn your focus away from music? Or not that your focus is away from music, but to incorporate other things? Because it is a different world. I believe upon like, the negotiations and just the people you deal with in general.
Yeah, no, the vision was always to have my own company, to be honest. That's kind of the dream for anybody, I would think, maybe in life.
Yeah.
I mean, some people, they want to work at a company. They want to work at a company, and that's fine. That you can make a good living and be happy. But there's some people have aspirations of owning their own company and controlling their own destiny, right? And making their own decisions. So the vision was always to be a full service talent agency. It's just a matter of taking the steps to make that happen. It didn't happen overnight, and we're still young and thriving, and and there's still much more work to be done and relationships to make. But no, it's if anything, it makes it very, it makes you feel young again, because you're almost like polishing up on reintroducing yourself, not reintroducing, but introducing yourself to a different sector of the entertainment industry, you
Yeah.
know? So it's cool because a lot of people like, you know, when we talk to the casting directors or some of these directors, yeah, they might not know who we are, but when they get to know who we are, it's, you know, it kind of comes down to like, they it's a vibe. They feel like you're a genuine, real person. They want to do business with you. Then let's see what happens. You know, there's no this, you know, they might not know who we are. So that actually is a win for us because it's not some stigma that we might have of like, oh, this guy from CAA is calling me.
I'm sick of dealing with
You
these
know,
motherfuckers. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, not knocking on CAA or any other
Yeah.
agencies, but that's a thing of we kind of like we consider ourselves like there's the senior and there's the freshman. The senior chick, like everyone knows she's cool and she's hot and she's the head cheerleader, right?
Yeah.
We're the freshmen.
Yeah.
We're the freshmen. We're the new hot shit on the block. So it's like, oh, who's that? Who's that over there? You know, like who's that? You know, does that make sense?
Yeah. And I mean,
So
it would be like, it's one thing if you're like trying to do it, but you guys also have a lot of significant talent on your roster. So it's not like you're trying, you know, like when they look at you, they're like, oh, well, they're trying. Maybe one day. You guys have some names that you can definitely be like, oh, who are these like, who are they?
Yeah.
Because
for sure.
how do they have them and why don't I know who they are? And that is, I always feel like a benefit, you know? Like when the quality is there, but that maybe the name isn't, so they don't really know quite yet who you are, but then they look at you and everything's tip top and that's ace in the hole.
Well, it's also like when a fan finds their new favorite artist, right? It's also it's them learning in the education of the artist, and like they might not really fully know what the artist is about, but this song's really freaking good. You know what? I'm gonna give this person a try. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, we're in just during this, you know, of course, before the pandemic, you know, I feel like everyone was thriving, and now, you know, there is some, you know, positives that's came out of this whole thing. It's not all negative, and we've been able to make a ton of new relationships and A&R and sign new talent and existing talent maybe that wasn't happy at their current situation or whatever it may be. So there's been a lot of positives with, you know, this, you know, yes, it does suck, of course.
Yeah.
You also can somehow and try to make the best of it, you know?
Yeah. I think, you know, definitely when I look at touring, I see it for, you know, I look back at my, you know, over 15 years of experience with it now. And there's, you know, the MySpace era, and then now there's now. And there's working with the people then, and there's working with people like you. And I think there is commonly a disconnect between fans and the process of making this happen. And a lot of people think it's as easy as like just being like, hey, Toad's Place? Yeah, cool. I'm coming next week because Jenny 42069 says that I should be there. And even beyond that, I've always said and it is the thing that I gotta bite my tongue on online the most. And it's, you know, there's booking the show, then there's promoting the show. And you're not a promoter, you're a booking agent. So you get me in the hands of a promoter who's supposed to promote the show. And the amount of times that it happens on a tour where it's like you post the dates, or, you know, I do weekly dates a lot on tour where it's like, here's where we're going this week. And people will be like, damn, why don't you come to Chicago? Never come to Chicago. And you're like, I was fucking just in Chicago 2 days ago. I swear to God right now with you. Like, that there's like, and they're like, well, do a better job at promoting the show next time. And you're like, that ain't my job. I mean, my job is to like post it on my social media and do the best that I can. And
yeah,
a lot of promoters not a lot, but some shitty promoters would just rely on you to do that and sell the show out or do whatever it is.
No, I 100% agree with you, but there, it's a give and take, right? It's a partnership
Yeah.
between the agency, the promoter, the manager, the artist. It's everyone needs to win for the common, the common goal is to have the best show possible, so everyone could, have a great experience, make money, and keep it going and make a living off it, right? That's the whole dream of it. So, of course, there's plenty of promoters that don't do the job they're supposed
Yeah.
to do. So do it. Does some artists that do a good job with promoting because the fan to artist engagement, like you talking to your fans directly, that's the most powerful thing I think you can. That's the most powerful way to speak to your fans. Now,
Yeah.
yes, the promoter should have a database and have their be a part of the community and be able to reach fans and people that go to concerts that might want to come to a show. Absolutely, that's why it's a partnership. It's important,
Yeah. And
So it's not.
it works best when everyone's like, that's why there's promoters, no matter what, no matter the situation, I will never not like use. Like there's been people that have, given me more money than I was worth when I wasn't worth shit, and then negotiated with me when I was, and have put that effort in, and we really get that symbiosis between artist, manager, agent, and promoter, where the show goes just well. Even if not a lot of people show up, I think when I'm looking at it, I want to make sure that everyone's walking away happy. Like, it's okay if we didn't sell the venue out. I'm not really selling venues out all the time, but like the fact that, from start to finish, it was like a perfect situation is like, those are the people that I'll be with. I feel like I become loyal as shit to certain promoters because they're your boots on the ground in those cities.
Well, you're right. I mean, and also I think a lot of artists, young, old, and whatever, some of them don't understand that if a show doesn't sell out, that's okay. It could still be a win. Artists think that, oh, the show's not sold out, it was a failure, and and start pointing the finger at people. It's like, yo, if you do 400 people out of 500 people, that's still a good show, all right?
Yeah.
Even if it depends on the deal. It all comes down to the deal of what the artist and the promoter deal is, what the guarantee is, what the expenses are, and if the math is makes sense and it's not a sellout, then it still could be a win. So a lot of artists need to understand sometimes, and managers and everyone, that even though a show it doesn't sell out, it still could be a win for people.
Oh shit! Subscription from AC Smith from Tucson. Dre. That dude's crazy. Holy shit. So
yeah, that's cool. I'm looking at the chat. I'm checking it out. That's cool.
So Minneapolisa, she's a staple around here. She's a regular on our stream, and I think for a lot of the people in here aren't musicians, they're fans. There are definitely musicians that tap in here, but for people that come back and they look at these, or for even the fans that want to get a little bit more light shined on the process, when it comes down to booking a tour, like A to Z, like it is just not what people think it is. So I would like to, I could go over it by myself, but like I think it's important to hear from other people what it is, like what goes into booking a tour. Why is it not what people think it is? Like, it can't just be like, hey, what's up, Gabe's in Iowa? Like, I'm coming through, motherfucker. Like, it's not that way. It's a business relationship, as we just talked about. Sometimes it's people, doing you a solid. Like, it depends on your agent. Like, sometimes people be like, all right, JJ, I'm going to book Greaves. I'm going to put him in here. I'm going to give him a little bit better of a guarantee than I think I should because I want blah, blah, blah on your roster next time. And I don't want to argue with it. And I don't want to get in bidding war. What is the process for you of booking a tour for an artist?
Yeah. So it's a very, there's so many layers to it. But to break it down as simple as possible is, of course, before any tour or dates are confirmed, the team, of course, internally, the agent, the manager, and the artists go through a plan and a routing on when and where and why. Is there a new album coming out? Are we hitting markets that we didn't hit the last time? Maybe we hit A markets last time. Now we're going to hit B markets this time.
Mm-hmm.
So first, there's the strategy of that, and also picking out what rooms and what venues and promoters we want to target.
And A market would be major national cities.
They would be
B
major cities. B, they're also called major markets, and then you have B markets that are also secondary markets. And then there's C markets that are called tertiary markets, So there's 3 levels, and there's Z markets where. Sorry, my phone ringing for some reason. Sorry about that. Then there's Z markets that's like, why are you going there?
Dude, I fuck it up in Z markets.
Well, I know.
Dude,
yeah,
I fuck a Z market up.
I know. A lot of shows go off in Z markets, but
those are the fun ones too, where you're like, why the fuck are we here? Also, why are there 600 motherfuckers here going nuts? Yeah, I love me a Z market, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, and then it's a strat. And then after the routing is determined, the tentative routing, because it could shift per the availability of venues. Then I go out there and I use my relationships with the promoters or in-house venue buyers to, hey, I got Greaves and Immortal Technique coming through. I'm looking, to book April 14th at the Showbox, and I'll talk to the buyer. I'll talk to them, and we'll go over what dates are available, and those line up to the target date that we're targeting per our routing that we curated priorly.
Yeah.
And then of course, if now that's an easy scenario because the promoter knows Greaves, they know Immortal Technique. It's kind of automatic.
Yeah.
Now let's say it's an artist that they don't know, and that's the art of it. The art of the development of a young artist that the promoter doesn't know, and it's the job as the agent to really educate the buyer of who this artist is, and that's where you see of who's the better agent or not, in my eyes, to a certain degree. Because if you're really behind this artist and you really believe in them and there is stuff going on, it's your job to paint the picture to the promoter and kind of not somewhat convince them, not just to book the show, but to pay me for it.
Yeah.
So there's a level of, when I work with a lot of young artists, I sign them, the conversation is about, I curate and coordinate your schedule, where, when, why, how much. But there's also this part of the booking agent or the agent's job is the educational part of it. The educational part of calling Chris Zitterbart in Cleveland, or Chris Trebees in Indiana, or whoever, and saying, hey, dude, I know we've been doing shows for 15 years, and these guys will book whatever I sell them because there's a trust. There's a past 15 years I've been making these guys money. Yeah. And they trust me. But still, I have to educate them still on who this artist is and why they should book them. Because 100%. I'm not going to say, hey, this is a rapper I just signed, send me $2,000. Like I don't work that way. I pick up the phone and plus these are my guys or my girls, like Erica in San Antonio. I mean, all these buyers that are considered close friends, but business partners, even though we're different companies. So it's my job to really educate them on who this young artist is that we can develop. And give me $1,000 from the jump, or $500 or something to at least get it going so they can run a budget and get there. And they'll do it because they trust me. But again, if it's a promoter, let's say I don't know now, and I need to call this promoter I've maybe done one show with in my career, then it's a different dynamic between me and a Chris Zitterbart or an Erica, because I got to really hone in on the relationship also with me and that promoter, and also pitching them the talent.
Yeah. And I mean, as an artist, having somebody that's gonna go to bat like that for you is, you can't shop for that. Like of course that's what you want, but I also think, like, in today's market, especially the music business, like you look at the music business and you see how it's not gone back to the MySpace days, but it's gone back to or not back, but it is now in a digital realm. Like, it's everyone can do it themselves. They don't. When I signed my record deal, I needed physical distribution. We were arguing with fucking record stores across the country about end caps. We were putting, 5,000 records into each state. Like, we were fucking spending a lot of money to try to do it, and it was a different game because now your distributor, you don't have to that was if you had distribution back in the day, you might fuck around and be on. But now you can just sign up for TuneCore or DistroKid, or you have distribution. It's no longer a thing that you got to earn. It's something that you can just straight up pay for a very small price. Like, they have the flat price on TuneCore is like nothing for what you make off of it. And do you think that will ever? And this isn't the most positive question, but do you think that could ever bleed over into your part? Because as I look at it, I don't think anyone can ever change 15 years of experience. I don't think anyone can ever change you knowing, some cat that is watching this right now and is like, well, I could book my own tours. It's like, you maybe could. You might be able to put yourself in the room, but you're going to lose more money than you make. I guarantee it on your first run. You're going to end up with some drives that make you want to fucking shit your brains. There's things that that you bring to the table that not only save us money, but make us more money. And make someone like me who's been doing this for 15 years make my life a little easier.
100%. Yeah, I will say, artists can argue about, do I need a manager? Do I need a label? I will say this: you need a booking agent. All right.
Thank you.
Straight up. I don't give a hell. Unless you're Jay-Z doing a Live Nation deal and that's it. That's fine.
Yeah.
But 9.5 times out of 10. I don't give a if you're Nicki Minaj. I don't give a shit who you are. There's someone helping with booking.
Yes, absolutely. And
because that's important, because the last thing an artist would want to do is once you start negotiating. This is my opinion. Once you start negotiating your deals, money, right, with a promoter who's risking their money as well, who's risking pretty much all of it, to be honest. They are the gamblers of the two here.
Yeah.
You're gambling being an artist, and that's the choice the route you wanted to take. But the promoter has the real gamble, right? They're rolling dice that Greaves or DMX, whoever, is going to roll in here and do the numbers. I need to break even and make some, right? So you got to understand, it's like when artists start negotiating those fees, and start to do that, it could go south real fast, because what's happening is now it's exposing the artist now to these buyers, and to me it exposes them in a negative way of it's different when I ask a promoter for $3,000
because I'm not asking.
That's my job. I'm the money guy. Period. In a story, right?
Yeah.
But when the artist starts grinding a promoter about money, the only thing that's going to do is, one, make the artist it could turn the buyer off. One, two, promoters talk. They all talk.
Yeah.
Like managers do, like artists do, like festival buyers, they all talk, right?
I've heard some of that talk too. I've heard some terrible stories about people in this very scenario that you're referencing.
So the last thing you want to do is have, Bobby Olson in Minneapolis dealing with you on a booking, and you're grinding him for fucking $7,500, and he's like, yo, fuck this guy. Fuck this artist. And we're in the Midwest saying, yo, you had to call this artist, and they're, it doesn't look right. That's why the agency is the middleman between the artist and the promoter. That is why. And other reasons why too, but that's one of them, I feel.
You also have facts, numbers, negotiation skills, and all that stuff beyond it when they're like, I'm not giving you $3,000. Why should I give you $3,000? You could be like, well, because last time he was there, which was, 2019, April 16th, 2019, he put blah, blah, blah in the room. You weren't the promoter. It was this guy. Like, there's things that you can access that, let's be real, a lot of artists aren't going to be saving. We do, but because we're fucking anal. But, like, a lot of artists aren't going to be saving that stuff to go to bat for themselves. They're going to be like, because I'm worth it. Because I'm worth it, motherfucker. Because I need $3,000 right now.
Yeah, I came through the market 6 months ago and sold out. Oh, no, you sold out a strip club, bro. It's a little bit different than a hard ticket.
And you were the opener.
So,
you were a stripper.
Yeah, let the art, like, and some artists are just, that's just, you're the artist. There's a reason why you hire an agent and pay the 10%, or there's a reason why you pay these percentages so you can not deal with it and let people come back to you with what's going on.
And I don't spend my days, or, even when we get into tour mode, I'm not spending my whole day thinking about what would be better, how I go here, how much money I need in this place to that place. That's my management. That's you. It always has been. And if I put myself in that conversation, I can no longer be like, look, I'm the music guy. I make the music. I have people handle this for me because they know how to negotiate it. And then at the end of the day, I feel like I just whittle myself down to dealing with artists. Then it's like only artists that want to book me. It's only artists that want to talk to me. And I don't really want that. I want to be doing business with business people. So I want my business people to be doing business with business people. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to get booked by artists, because artists will value themselves more than anyone else always. So I need to, like, I want my business people. That is why my answer always is and always will be, I don't handle that shit. You got to talk to my manager. And it's not because I'm like bigger or like I'm beyond talking to you. You want to talk about music? Let's talk about it. But you're like, yo, I'm a local artist, but how do I book you? And it's like, you don't. Like, you have to talk to these people, and these people are going to eat you alive because you don't really know what you're doing. What you should be asking is like, yo, I'm a local artist. I would love to play with you next time you're out here. Like, could I like send something through so like I could like open up the spot for you or some shit like that? So it's like,
I think we have a question. Do we answer questions?
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime. Yeah.
Minneapolis, right?
Yep.
She wrote, JJ, I'm curious how much of your work still involves phone calls, or is it strictly email life now? That's a good question. I'm big on, of course, yes, email for paper trail, that's a thing. Yes, email is definitely used heavily, but I'm super still big on phone, and I tell our staff, and I tell our company, I tell everybody, our big motto is pick up the phone.
Yeah.
Straight up. If you want something and you really need it, right? Like if someone really needs you, are they going to text you or are they going to call you if it's that important? They're going to fucking call you, And if I really need this deal done, and I really need Coachella, or I really need Lollapalooza, or I really need this extra $600 on the deal, I'm going to call this buyer. I'm going to call this venue and tell them why I need this done. And if they agree with me, then so be it. But it's easier for a lot of people, just in life and business, at least especially entertainment, to be keyboard warriors, we call them.
Yeah.
And just to write no, send. That's easy. Now, me calling you, grinding you is a different animal. It's a different animal than emailing. So to answer your question, I think, and I don't know if this is the right terminology, but I'm not trying to knock on anyone, but the new generation, they're very keen on Instagramming and, emailing or whatever the hell they do now, which I do all of that too. But when it comes down to my business, I'm calling people, and people need, no. I don't believe it. I think if you're running a business, you want to be in business, you got to be able to pick up the phone and have a conversation with people. If it's a FaceTime or a Zoom, better. But if I'm really wanting to find an artist, I really believe in an artist, I really want to work with an artist, I'm still very old school. I'll get on a goddamn plane and fly
Yeah.
straight up to go visit an artist. You know, kind
Yeah.
of like when we were working together. You came down to the office, we met in person, and we sat in my office and we talked about it.
That's
right?
how we do it. Well, I don't want to ever get into business with somebody if I haven't like sat in front of them. And I'm not a very confrontational person, but I can have hard conversations because I'm a fucking adult and business is some adult shit. And I don't want to do that. I want to look at you. And when I walked out of your office when we met, I was like, look, that guy will fucking swing a hammer for us. Like
100%.
that's
100%.
And you know, that's coming from, I had been through, you know, like I was on Windish, I was on fucking Agency Group, and then I was on Paradigm. Like I climbed all sorts of fucking ladders, and I don't think, you know, I knew my agent. I had the same agent through all that because I was like you were allowed to pick one person. He picked me and I just stayed with him the whole time. But like, I watch people come and go. I watch people, you know, fall in and out of this business all the time. Yep. And a lot of those people, like, they just won't get in front of people. And I don't mean the fans. I mean, like, the people that you work with. Like, it is.
Well, no, you're right. I mean, it's, if, I always tell people, like, if it was so easy, everybody'd be doing it. Yeah. That's the God honest truth, you know. And not saying it's not. Sorry, the beer, you know, a little burpy burp. So, you know, it's just like, you know, some people are, you know, LeBron. I look at it. LeBron James is born with a gift. Clearly, he was born to be a basketball player. That's how I look at it. I consider myself, you know, I was born to be a talent agent. I was born to work with talent and communicate and strategize. And it's not my job. It's who I am as a person. That's the way I look at it. You know. Sorry, I don't know what's going on here.
Hey man, just shit busy, man. You got people calling you, trying to book shit up.
I had 2 clients calling me. Literally, they're probably like, "Yo, what the hell's going on?" Like,
pick up your phone, JJ. It's your thing. You know what I like about you, JJ, is when I can always see your gears turning. Like, you know, like when we came to LA to sit down and just kind of, you know, we had heard so much about you from everyone, and you know, people had been like, you should talk to like you should reach out to JJ. And when we sat at that table, I could see your gears turning because of what you're saying. Like, you saw me, or you saw the career, you saw what it was, and you're like, now what can I do with it? Opposed to just being like, yeah, I'll call some people and throw your name around, and if you get shows, you get shows. If you don't, you don't. You could see the gears turning, and you're like, I can do something with this, and here's what I want to do, while in that same meeting. And to me, that is valuable and really like what you want. And when it, like you said, when an artist does that for themselves, it's not the same effect. It's quite the opposite effect, actually.
Yeah, for sure. No, you're right, dude. I mean, but you know, picking up the phone and just, you know, it's about, at the end of the day, yes, it's relationship based, but it is. But then it's also about what kind of person you are. And yeah, not everyone's gonna like you. Now everyone's gonna think, you know, you're gonna have enemies. You're gonna have friends. You're gonna burn, and people are gonna burn you, and you might burn them back. It's a dog eat dog world, straight up. It's not easy. You know, it's not. You know, mentally, you know, financially, it's, you know, you gotta climb the ranks to make a living. It's not like we go to college for 4 years. Next thing you know, we're booking agents. It's a whole different animal and different just. It's like it's not about immersing yourself. It's like, I feel like just people are born to. Yes, you can immerse yourself and learn and go to these, you know, watch these streams and all this stuff's great. But it takes that person to connect the dots. Whoever can connect the dots, that's who will succeed. That's just not with entertainment. I think that's just in general. And some people, it takes longer to connect the dots, and that's okay. You know, I'm 36 years old. I still think I'm rather young, and I feel younger than ever for what I'm doing. You know, and I consider myself rather young in what I do, because I look up to a lot of agents that are in their 60s and 70s and 50s. So I'm trying to make sure I learn every day, all day. If I'm not learning something, at least one thing, what am I doing?
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. And some people, maybe the younger generation, they also have this entitlement sometimes. I've dealt with it with employees or working at companies where you have this young generation and they think, oh, I found an artist that has like 80,000 followers. Like, I should be hired as an A&R and get paid $100,000 a year. It's like, no. It doesn't work like that. Or so like there's also, I'm pretty big on the office camaraderie and the community that we've created. There's only 8 of us, but still, I'm big on the nurturing of the assistants in the younger generation. It's important, at least I don't know everything, but at least try to implement what I can give back, because I wish maybe when I grew up or started up, I had maybe some sort of, not help, but some sort of person to talk to, which I did later on, but it also made me figure it out. And that's the whole thing about it too, is yeah, you can listen to this and seminar this and stream this, which is fine, but at the end of the day, you got to figure it out still.
You need boots on the ground, man.
Yeah. So it's become much more competitive now, because anyone can just get a Gmail and write Daniel alphabooking at gmail.com, and I'm a booking agent. The craft of it, there's a different, it's understanding what the craft is really about. It's not just booking, there's more to it than that.
Yeah. AC Smith says, I'm in real estate and it's all about building relationships and learning. All types of careers need that as well. And yeah, I agree. It's not just this. A lot of people look for like the one specific thing that's going to make you this or make you that. And I get asked all the time, like as an artist, like people go, how did you get to where you're at? And I was like, that's not there's not an answer really. Like I can tell you the things that I've done in my life, but that doesn't equate to you getting here.
You're right, dude. 100%. Because like when people ask me that question as well, I'm like, how did you get here? It's a hard question, because I didn't like wake up one day like, I want to be a booking agent and I have a plan and I'm gonna do this. Like here I come. Like that's not what it just happened. It's hard to explain. Now, did I have goals? Did I make short-term and long-term goals? Absolutely. My goal when I lived in Florida, I had the Vital Agency. I understood what a real booking agent was, and like started to really understand the terminology. I told my mom, I was 18 years old. I remember looking at her because I was working at her 4th bedroom in the workout room that she never fucking used, with the workout shit that had dust all over it, that had a futon over here. There's nothing going on except for me and the computer. Right? I told her I want to work at the agency group. That's where I want to work. I would go on the website. I would click on agents, and I was obsessed over having my name on that agent contact list. Having my name listed, you click it, and it shows your roster. That's where I want it to be. And I need to do whatever I can to make sure I do that. 26 years old, I think. 26 years old, I became an agent, which is very young at the agency group at the time. In general, and but it took me, it took me 6-7 years to even try to get there, which it takes time, and that's one thing I had to understand. Even going to the agency group, when my mentor Andy Summers, which you probably met a couple times, Andy was very clear on like, hey. Like I was very young and go. My roster was booming, and I had all these young hyped metal bands, and they were whatever. I was kind of feeling myself, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
He was like, "Hey, you need to slow down because this shit takes a long time." And I really understand what that meant. But now I'm 36 years old, and I 100% understand what he's talking about, because I didn't even know much really, and I didn't really know myself, to be honest.
Yeah.
So it takes time.
It 100%, and like something I've always said, especially in the business that I'm in, my ability to eat shit. I've had to eat a lot of shit to to the point where I don't have to anymore. And a lot of people want to skip that phase, and that's not a thing. And that's the thing that maybe the internet or Instagram influencers have taught you. But I had to do it the old school way, and I had to eat a lot of shit, and I had to pay a lot of dues, and I had to have a lot of nights where I went home with no money. And by a lot of nights, I mean a lot of years. And I had to say yes and thank you in situations where I felt underappreciated. And I had to, I had to be nice, and I had to play the business side of things, because that is all we had when I was coming up. We didn't have, you couldn't fuck around and go viral on TikTok when I was coming up. And even now, you fuck around and go viral on TikTok, and you don't have someone like JJ or someone like Colin behind you. What the fuck are you going to do with that? You're going to immediately be like, look at my numbers, suck my dick, give me what I want. That will last about a month, and then you're done. And you're done. And no one will work with you again because you fucked it.
Yep. You're 100% right. It's also like you can pivot. I mean, you can go viral and have put out music and it's popping. But if you don't have the right infrastructure to capitalize and pivot off it, it could be gone in a second, because you know why? There's 8 other motherfuckers right behind you that are about to do the same damn thing. And how do you separate? People want to talk about TikTok and viral and streams and all this shit, but the ones that will surpass will be the ones that put together a real team that know how to service and pivot it and use it.
Yeah.
So I mean, the age of I got 8 million streams and 9 million followers, that's played out almost. It's like, okay, like, 1, are they real fans? And 2, how can you prove that? Well, you know what? Let's figure out what tour or what show you want to do. Let's put it live, because half these influencers or artists, they, I get it. Some of them are just studio artists, and they want to stream and make money, and that's totally fine. But for ones that want to really tour and really be an artist for the next however many years, I think live engagement and live events is the number one thing out there, and it always will be. So the ones that can separate themselves from the studio with making all their sounds and everything in their own comfort, in their own little home, and getting 8 million streams, now go do the Fonda, or go to the Roxy, or go to your local venue at 200 people, put a show up on sale for $15 and see how many people pay.
Yeah. Yeah, and beyond that, like, that life is hard. The life of touring and playing that show every night and being okay with yourself every night, like, because here's the thing that I've learned from this is, when you leave your house, when you make your music, you have your mystery, right? Like, you're in your studio, you're putting it out, you have your mystery. That's assuming you're not on Twitter telling everything about yourself to motherfuckers. But, like, when we were growing up, music was a mystery. It's like, who is this artist? We got to read an interview. We got to pay to read an interview about this person to learn more about him, or we got to go see him in concert, and then we only get to see what we get to see from them. As I've toured, I've realized 2 things. People talk. So, like you said, with promoters and stuff like that, when I don't care what kind of day you're having. When you show up to the venue, this is the rule in my crew. When you show up to the venue, you figure out how to fucking curb it. Like, if you're having a shitty day, like, these are the people that pay your salary for the night, and might fuck around and pay mine too, because I pay my people before I pay me. Like, you get paid every night regardless of what we do, right? So, like, my guitar player might be like, they get paid the same regardless of what happens. So when you show up, you fucking curb the bad attitude, and you don't let your bad day make someone else's bad day.
You're going to work.
You're going to work. And one thing that I had to learn is, if I'm walking down the street outside of the venue and somebody runs up on me and it makes me super fucking uncomfortable, and I'm just like, whoa, and I like lose words, and they're like, hey, can I? And I'm like, whoa, like, now's not like a good time. I just ruin that person's day. Like, it's a fucking job, and you, like, is way harder than it goes beyond you sitting in your house making music, or way beyond
Yep.
what you think of yourself on social media, where you can type something and delete it and type something and delete it. Like, people, real life, it is a live fire exercise when you are on tour, and something you say to a promoter can prevent you from ever being booked again. And it could be something that
100%.
you just 100% weren't even saying to them. It
Or
could be
it's
a
not,
miscommunication.
or it's not even you, it's your crew.
Yeah, your guitar player could be like, yo, fuck off. Like,
Yeah.
they could come in the green room and they might not know who the promoter is, and your guitar player could be like, get the fuck out of here. This is for band only. And then you can never play Portland again because
Yeah.
your dude caught feelings and thought he was his shit for a second. And
Or your tour manager was feeling himself, thinking, he's hot shit, and walked in at hot at 8 a.m. to load in, and was a shithead to the whole crew.
yeah,
It's gonna come back to the agent, or the word will spread with other promoters. Like, like Greaves is a great artist, but this tour manager is whack, and like half
Yeah.
of them are gonna be like, some of them are gonna be like, oh, whatever, and half of them are like, yeah, I don't want to deal with that shit. Fuck that.
and that's what the business people will say. But if that happens to the fans, they don't say his tour manager. They don't know a tour manager. They won't even say his guitar player. They'll say Greaves is whack. Greaves did this to me. Greaves said this to me. Greaves, my name gets wrapped into that situation. And so when you are out on the road, you are like a fucking billboard of yourself everywhere you go, regardless if you want to be or not. You don't get to really have bad days, and that's really fucking hard. Like, it is really hard. And I used to talk shit about artists that would stay in their hotel until they had to play, and I'm like, well, you clearly don't want to be in the moment. Like, this is your shit. Like, the more energy you put into it, the more you're gonna get out of it. And then it's like, you can do that for a while, and for 12 years or whatever, I was at the merch table every night until we started selling fucking VIP tickets and stuff like that. But when I stopped going to the merch table, some people were like, yo, you used to do this all the time. And it's like, holy shit, I actually got like an hour at the end of the night now to myself. Because I still don't go to the hotel. I'm in the green room. I soak up the energy of the room. I can't go to the hotel. I'll start having a panic attack because I won't know what's going on. And, I've entrenched myself in that. But if if it's one of those small clubs where the bathroom is like not backstage and I got to go out there and take a piss, and some dude runs up on me while I'm taking a piss and I'm like, yo, fuck off. I just lost a fan. It's crazy. It's way different in real life.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, is there any other questions? Oh, I see people bantering. I see a bunch of stuff going on here. Sucks when it's always guilt with association. Yeah, I get that, but
That's the
why
job.
that's why it's important to, especially if you're an artist on the road, it's important that you really sift out your crew and make sure they're on the same page with you and your team about what. We're not going out at a party. Yeah, we're going to have fun, because if we're not having fun, why are we doing this? But it's also a business. Greaves the artist is an entertainer. You're here to entertain people. Remember that.
Yeah. We're in the entertainment business. You need to keep the business part of it. And we've had to fire a lot of people, and people are like, it sucks that you're not making music with blah, 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 or blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it doesn't actually suck for me. Like, that was a terrible experience. And, and sometimes people also outgrow this as well. Like, people outgrow that lifestyle. It's really fucking hard. And where's the line between people breaking boundaries and you having to risk losing a fan?
Well, if a fan's being out of line and being rude and all that weirdo shit, then I mean, you can comment on that. I think it's there's a line between being influenced and caring about your fans, but also like if a fan's like acting up and not cool and like just being a piece of shit, then it all comes down to morals as well.
I'll call a piece of shit. Just sometimes you gotta fucking make sure that they're being a piece of shit, because they're only gonna think about it once. But you know, I've had moments where there were fans waiting out in front of the venue, and I didn't know that they were fans, and I just got out of the bus and went straight into the venue and walked right past them and didn't say anything to them. Fucked around and lost some fans.
Yeah, I get that.
They didn't say anything. They didn't say anything to me. I didn't say anything to them. I just did what I was doing. You know, like I got out and did my shit. And because I didn't go out of my way, I lost fans. And of course they didn't say that then. They went on my Facebook and were like, what a fucking asshole. Like, who the fuck does that? And it's like, what? Like,
yeah.
I'm not going to get mad at the Girl Scouts if I walk right past them and don't buy cookies for not yelling at me to try to buy some fucking cookies. Like, you know, like you clearly had tickets for the show the night. You showed up early. I think you had expectations for something else, but I don't know your expectations. I don't know anyone's expectations. Shit, half the time I don't know my own. But like, I've definitely lost fans over things like that, over like miscommunications. That hurts more on the other side because there's expectation there, and on me, I just shot right past it and I didn't even think about it. So
we're all human. We're all human.
Yeah, we're all human. But at the same time, sometimes they don't want us to be. They want us to be what they feel we are. And that is hard. And why I totally get why people would separate themselves from their fans. Because your feelings about me and my music can remain connected to a record. But if you meet me in public, like if I'm having dinner with my family and you run up on me and I'm not like pumped about it and that bums you out and all of a sudden all of my music is shit to you, like, I understand why that is wrong, but you don't. And because disappointment can really shatter people, and it's like you have to be delicate with a lot of people.
Yeah, but at the same time, you can't control everybody, and you can't control you not being able to control every scenario and situation. That's just part of life. So if someone wants to get bent out of shape and really think you're a piece of shit for the way you maybe you didn't respond to them a certain way, and they had this whole thing in their head. I'm getting the show early. I'm gonna see them loading out. I can give them the hug that I want. And you're like, yo, like, hey, what's up? And you didn't get what you wanted, and they want to act a certain way. You can't control that.
Oh yeah, no, I think the best you can do is tell yourself to be delicate in those situations and try to understand. And if you don't do it all the time, you're still doing better than an average person has to do. And because, an average person doesn't have people running up on them trying to hug them when they step out of their car, which is like fucking weird. And if you're not expecting it, it is borderline criminal. So you gotta not react, when somebody grabs you, to not there's all sorts of shit I've had to teach myself over the years.
Yeah, no, I 100%. I think we have maybe a couple more, one more question or so that I got a dart.
Yeah, let's do it.
See, we got, what is the biggest aspect of shows / being a musician that people don't understand? Everything we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Between it not being as easy as we talked about it not being as easy, and there's everything we've been kind of talking about if you've been listening in. What else is on here?
We got some people that hate cancel culture. That I think that's a very natural reaction.
Cancel culture is toxic. Cancel culture is bullshit.
Yeah. You can thank the internet for that one.
You can thank the internet for that one. That's very, very true. Yeah. There's some people that deserve to get canceled, but it's like, hey, also people could come back and learn from their mistakes, right? Let's be honest here, we're all fucking human.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other conversation.
Well, I
But
mean,
yeah, man. Go ahead. Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say thanks for jumping on here with me. We got a pair of headphones to give away. I don't know
Shit.
who it is, but Colin, if we could just slap that out on 5 Olo. I've been lucky enough to meet you almost every time I've seen you live. Take a picture with us every time. I'm thankful. Yo,
Right.
and that's like, thank you. Like, it's time out of our days to do that, and I know that it matters because I would want that shit. And I've been disappointed. I remember I met Aloe Black, and I waited in line. This was well after I was working in the business and like had been touring for a long time. And I met Aloe Black, and I waited in line for like an hour, and I got to him. He's like, "So what? You like want a picture or something?" And I was like, "Motherfucker, I am in your picture." Like, I want you to sign my CD, and I want to take a picture like every other motherfucker behind. Like, really? And he was just so bummed out, and I was like, "Why are you even here?" Like, and I just like after that, I was like, I gotta make sure I am never like that. Like, I can't put myself at the end of a line and be bummed out at everybody that comes up to it.
Yeah. I saw sometimes like, when I was growing up, yeah, I met a couple, artists, and oh, you got a winner, right?
Studella.
Studella won the Astro A10. Hey, Colin, please send my headphones. I'm still waiting.
Oh yeah, hey Sarah, we're gonna get you some sexy ones.
I guess it came, but I think someone stole them, dude.
Really?
Yeah, I had Colin sending me another one to my partner, Dan, one of my partner at the company. Colin told me it came here, but I think someone stole them, dude.
Look at Colin goes, it's sorted.
That's the manager name. It's sorted. Don't worry.
I got you figured
Please
out.
advise.
I'll send you an Excel sheet later.
That is Sarah from Astro.
Yep. Yeah,
hi, Sarah.
Sarah used to work for Rhyme Sayers, and now she's over at Astro.
Okay.
So
Awesome. Well, Sarah, thank you so much. Your product is great. I can't wait to wear it while I game. And Colin, of course, thank you for everything you've done. You're a great manager and great person. Shout out to you guys.
And thank you, JJ, for coming on. Oh, wait, we have a song. You picked a song for the playlist. What song is it?
Yes. So I picked a song from a new artist that I'm working with from the Bay Area. His name's Harper.
Okay.
And
Colin, you're going to drop a link to that. Ooh,
I think it was that song, right?
Yeah, he's got you sorted. Yep.
Okay, great. Yeah. So check Harper out. This dude's, it's funny. He's a Greaves fan, dude. He's a big Greaves fan, actually.
Tight. Hey, I'm gonna send him some selfies.
Yeah, no, he's blowing up. So maybe we do a Greaves Harper collab. I think it'd pop off.
I'd love it, man. I got nothing but time and instruments. Look at this shit. Well, JJ, thanks for coming on. We're going to throw that in our playlist on Friday. And shit, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I thank you for having me. I thank everyone for tuning in. And I'll talk to you soon so we can get you back on the road.
Hell yeah, I need to be. All right, y'all.
All right, brother.
Peace out, everyone. Have a good night. We'll see you on Monday for happy hour. All right. Peace.